All right, some of you boomers are gonna really hate what we about to do to this 72 Chevelle. And now look, I understand. Should have added a BBC to it. A big black, a big block. What does the C stand for on BBC? Big block, what? Is it BBC? Am I tripping? Am I that freaked out? And the customer called me saying, hey bro, I don't care what you do, dog. I cannot do this no more. I need a new recipe. I need some power. I hate when I pop my hood when I go to car shows. It's just, it leaks oil. It's just terrible. And I'm like, dog, I got you. But LS3, that's what all the kids doing now. Let's do it. I've been doing a little bit of research. I understood exactly the assignment. So we went with a 6.0 bordered over to a 6.2 BTR LS3 red hot cam, forged flat top pistons. Pretty much built this thing from the bottom up. Now, mind you, I already got the fuel system complete. I didn't know exactly what headers to go with, swap plate, transmission cross member, figured them parts out. So we got Edelman headers, ICT billet, swap plate, Holley cross member. Enough of me yapping and doing all this talking and all that. Let's get to pulling this old motor out and getting it all prepped up for the new motor. So we're gonna start off by getting this fluid out this car. Luckily this one has a drain plug. This car is super dirty underneath. Let's get this drive shaft up out of here. All right, now that we got the drive shaft up out the car, now we can grab the jack, put that up underneath the transmission, get a little bit of support on it, taking the cross member out, start her off so we can get to the converter bolts. And it's like, I really hate doing it. And that's messing with transmissions. I'm tripping, dog, that's crazy. I'm sitting over here trying to figure out why the heck this transmission cross member won't lift up, and that's because there had another bolt in it. Yeah. Let's drop this exhaust first. This is the #1 reason why you cannot be lazy when working on a car, because it ain't gonna do nothing for you. And that wasn't a pain in the ass at all. Man, I'm telling you, bro, I hate transmission jobs, bro. I hate dropping transmissions. That's one of the worst things to do, putting a transmission in and taking it out, because it's just like so weird and awkward, bro. I hate it. And now that we got most of the things underneath the car taken off, now it's time to start getting any other liquid out before we make a mess. Because if you don't know about pulling motors, you're gonna make a mess. And then it don't make it no better that it's cold out here. Sometimes you got stubborn hoses. Just be mindful of that. Bro, I'm about to crash out, dog. God. You know what sucks about all of this is I literally went on a trip to Florida for 7 days and came back to 18-degree weather. Man, it's cold, dog. I ain't about to keep playing around, cutting all this off. Oh, you could have just took it off. You just could have used the tensioner. Oh. God damn. Everything want to get caught on me, dog. What the hell? Now we can take this carb off. Yes. We still gotta get some of these old wires off of here. God, it's too damn cold to be dealing with all of that. I'm like really curious to how y'all like getting these small black headers off of here. This won't work. There's no way you have to use a wrench. This is gonna take a while. Since we got that starter out the way, we can finally get the headers out. I don't know if I should drop the trans or pull it all out at once. This is like the annoying part, because now we're taking apart bigger components. Stop crying, because it is super cold out here. Let's just knock this out. All right, change of plans. I am not dropping that transmission. Them bell housing bolts are definitely way too hard to get to, and I'm freezing. So, dog, that gotta be some of the stupidest stuck. Okay, now we get to the motor up out of here. Oh my goodness. Bruh, that took way too long just getting this side off. I'm gonna hook the chain up to the motor and get up out of here. All right, it's 5:25. It says it's 27 degrees. It's definitely not 27 degrees. It feels like it's 10 degrees. I got all the bolts out. Now we just gotta jack this motor up and get up out of here and end this damn video, because I am freezing. Today is my daughter's birthday as well. December 4th, she just turned 1. Gotta hurry up, get this done so I go see my family. Oh my goodness. Don't know what I'm gonna do with this 350 yet. Probably sell it, see what he wants to do about it, but. All right, we're back at the shop. There is a little bit of things that I left out that I did not show you guys. Yeah, we did it. Getting the old stuff out was probably the hardest part. Getting the motor in was probably a little bit simple. I had to clearance the hose because everything was not lining up. I was doing all of that in like maybe 25-degree weather. So I was pretty freezing. So I didn't really want to pick up the camera and show you guys that. Now, if you guys never seen a man wrestle with an alligator and the only tools he had was baby oil or a spoon, today I'm about to show you that. And this is the reason why I say that. This is a 480. It's about to go inside of here. And if you guys know anything about putting transmissions in a car, especially 480, them mother lovers is not light, bro. If you got to do this by yourself, God bless you. I'm dreading doing it now. Like, I really don't want to do it. This is one of the parts that I hate the most. So I wonder if I gotta cut the ears off of this. I'm probably gonna do that just in case. All right, so seeing that this hole was open, like what the heck is this? I'm not too familiar with it, but this is the speed input and output sensors. Hopefully O'Reilly's having them two sensors. If not, I'm gonna have to order it, and this is gonna probably take a little bit of time. We also installed these transmission adapters so we can convert our transmission lines to Dash 6. After running around the town, we finally got the speed sensors. What was difficult about these was trying to figure out what year transmission this was. So this is the 17 bolt pan, so it's like the 97 to 2001. So I use like a 2005 Suburban truck, and that's what let me know what sensor I needed. So it's the 2-prong, not the 3-prong. It was a lot. 3-prong is like the newer years, and 2-prong is like the older years. So I didn't know that. Now it's time for the hard part, time to figure out how the hell we're gonna jack this damn car up to get this transmission and jack to be able to slide underneath the car. I almost forgot to install this torque converter. Shout out FTI. I mainly use these converters on pretty much any and everything. Circle D, cool as well, but sometimes you just don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, spending that money. But I'm gonna fill this thing up with some tranny fluid. Seen this on TikTok. You just take the little cap that it comes with, and you just push it down up in there a couple times, and it makes it drain faster. So neat. And installing your torque converter, oh man, this thing is heavy. You want to listen to 3 clicks, so you're gonna keep turning it until it push in 3 times. Gotta listen and lock in. Going to twist and push. That's 1, 2. Maybe that was 3. In that last clip, I was struggling because when I always install converters, I thought it was supposed to be 3 clicks and then it's fully mounted. But I was stressed out. Like, I was super mad. I didn't want to record nothing. But come to find out, all you have to do is just measure from the pad to the bell housing. And on FTI, it says for the 480, it's supposed to be 1.030, the bell housing to the pad. And I measured it. It comes to find out that that's where it's at. It just didn't look right. And I was like, bro, what the heck is going on? But now we good. So now we can get back to putting this up underneath this car, dog. Now it's time to see if we're gonna actually be able to get this car jacked up all the way. Got a couple of blocks on there just so I can get a little bit higher than normal. But we gonna see. Maybe I can take the transmission and fish it through here. It looks like this is enough space. I think no, it's not high enough. And just like that, this is a part of this is the part of the car game that people really do not show you guys on YouTube or social media in general. You have one problem, and then not even 20 minutes later, you run into another problem, and it's inevitable. You can't really do nothing about it. So let me tell y'all, we got the motor in there, of course. Transmission underneath the car, that was one thing that I was really like scared to do. It's underneath the car. You can't bolt it up because these motor mounts are the wrong ones. So the motor is sitting up way too high, and I noticed it. This is my first time doing the LS swap on Chevelle, and I was like, I don't know. So I was just gonna see once the trans get up in there if it was gonna work. I thought it was, honestly. It looked like it looked promising. But once you start jacking the transmission up, it started to go against the body, and then I had to sit back, take a deep breath, because I was about to get pissed off again because we just figured out the converter problem. It just be one thing after another, and this stuff is not easy at all. Because like, bro, my patience is like here right now. Like it is right here. But at least I know maybe how to fix it. I don't know. Usually when you're doing the LS swap, you use the stock clamshells and the stock motor mounts. You just change out the bushing inside the clamshell to like an energy one or something like that. And that's it. And now I've never seen A-body motor mounts before, because G-bodies and box Chevys are like clamshells. And it's not like this one. So, you know, I just thought it was gonna be the same. But that's how you always get yourself, is by assuming. Never assume anything should work, because sometimes it just doesn't. It's annoying, but at least we know maybe tomorrow, hopefully O'Reilly got this and I ain't gotta order it off online, because we are on a time crunch on this car. But this is just me showing you guys the process of how to build these cars, bro. All right, so it's the next day, and I already started working. Got the new motor mounts in. We got these in. Hopefully this solves our problem with the motor sitting up too high. I was not aware that on small blocks there are two different version motor mounts. There's a taller one and a smaller one. So let's do a quick comparison to make sure. So if we measure this one, see if I can get it to y'all. That's like 2 1/4, 2 1/8 almost. That's the new one. And if we measure the old one, come on. Oh yeah, look at that. That bit is way taller. Let's get this new motor mount slapped in on both sides, get it dropped down, and hope to God that this oil pan does not come in contact, because it's not the Holley swap oil pan, it's the F-body oil pan. So let's throw that on real quick. The other problem we would probably have with this motor mount is that I had to drill these holes in this one to make it bigger so this can fit on the swap plates. So hopefully we don't have to do that here. All right, let's cross our fingers that everything clears. Motor definitely sits lower than what it just was. This is a F-body oil pan, and I think I'm gonna have to get, oh, this sucks. I can't even talk because I'm so irritated now. I don't know why I wasn't even looking at that. I didn't see that at all. I might have to go get the 302-2 swap pan. I don't know how different they are from the F-body pan. Hopefully it's different, but it's looking like I'm gonna have to take all this shit back apart and drop this trans all over again and change that oil pan for the 3rd time. Look, I ain't gonna sit here and cry and complain, because some of this is on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I just would've did just a little bit more research, I probably wouldn't be running into some of these dumb problems. Running into this problem, a lot of people say they just run the Holley mounts and all of that, and everything is like drop in, like just when I thought I was finished. This is what y'all told me, record everything, show y'all everything. So this is me recording everything.